Peace, and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of the Knowledge Radio, place for knowledge is born. This is your host, Knowledge Born a Lot, and I get the honor and privilege. I'll be operating in my new African privilege. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'll be napped over
Yeah.
here. You understand what I'm saying? I'll be operating in my new African privilege every time I get the opportunity to do this right here, to present to some and introduce to others the Uhuru Academy founders, the Royal New African family, the African Senate family upgrade and example, okay, out here.
Yes.
And some of the coldest folk I ever heard on the microphone, okay,
Yeah.
in any space, in any time, the realest ones out here nowadays. Let me introduce some present others. Welcome back to the show for that live at 5 truth talks, traffic jams, and slapping somebody upside their head with this real deal. Bye Amin, my man Nkoyo, Uhuru Academy's own.
I
Welcome.
say,
Yeah, right.
I
Yes,
say,
thanks,
I
brother.
say, Black Power.
Black power.
Yeah, appreciate that, born. I was looking around like, who you talking about, baby?
I knew you was talking about me.
Uh-oh. You know, some of the coldest on the mic.
Come out.
We mean on that mic, you know.
Yes.
I love that. All praise to the creator.
Absolutely.
You know, all praise to the ancestors. And we really mean that, y'all. We really mean that. We definitely appreciate the accolades. We appreciate the respect that people show us, you know, but we're not perfect people by no means. We're walking in our purpose. That's our goal, is to walk in our purpose. And that's just what it is. And if it sparks people to say those things about us, you know, that's beautiful. But by no means is that the goal. You know, the goal is global African sovereignty. The goal is to please the creator.
Yeah.
The goal is to please the ancestors. That's it. You know, and I want for you, Black people, what I want for myself. We want for y'all, right, babe?
Yeah,
we want for y'all what we want for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just throwing that out there now, you know, and because sometimes people get bogged down, you know, worried about the accolades that other people are receiving.
Okay.
Or get bogged down. You know, some of us have an automatic trigger that if something's good said about one person, we go into instant comparison mode.
Yeah. True that.
You know, I remember that time, you know, they had a white boy in their building, you know, or you know what I'm saying? And they go into instant, well, let me see what's wrong with them. Or look, ain't nothing, hey, we ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, but the work speaks for itself. And when the cool thing about, because I receive everything that Born just said, unashamedly. You know what I'm saying? And the cool thing about it, that's the work speaking.
That's it.
We don't call people and brag about who we are and what we're doing. That's the work speaking. As people seeing the work. Yes. A lot of people know more about the work than they know about us personally.
Absolutely. And we like it like that.
We love it like that. You know what I'm saying? Let the work speak. You know what I'm saying?
Never, assumed to be anything other than what we were, which was workers. We're both worker bees. We out there and we like to do what we do. You know, I was just on the way over here. I was thinking about.
So pretty.
Thank you.
Okay.
I was just on my way over here, and I was thinking how, you know, we do not celebrate us enough. You know what I'm saying? And so it's wonderful that the creator, I come in and Born, you know, he introduced us this way, because I was like, you know, we're gonna do something. I was gonna say something on the show, like this is our 10th year in business as far as the Uhuru Academy, and we ain't bogged y'all down with the 10 like we needed to have. Before the end of this year, you're gonna get some. You're gonna get a whole bunch of them, y'all. And we're gonna do a big celebration, and we're gonna do a virtual. We're gonna celebrate the Uhuru Academy. We're gonna celebrate us.
We need to do a global celebration.
Absolutely.
The Uhuru Academy.
Absolutely.
10 years.
With pics and everything. We got so many, man, we got so much. We got so many pics and videos and
people we need to reconnect with
that
did things for the school.
That's right.
We've had some great
that this is a community-based school. This is our school. This is not our school. This is our school, all hours. You know,
Yeah.
this is everybody's. It's
Yeah.
your child. You know, once a Uhuru Pharaoh, always a Uhuru Pharaoh.
Right.
And that's with teachers and on down. So we don't
Right.
take it lightly.
Right.
The people and the children and the opportunities that the ancestors and the creators placed before us, because I mean, man, look where it's gotten us.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, and it's a trip because we didn't hit the traditional lick.
No, we didn't.
The money don't match the accolades
at all.
Like
That's why I say when people start spewing that shit and be like, damn, I should have got something out of this. Why you talking about what I'm doing? I should have got something.
Yeah, you know,
Sure.
and the key is, it's not that people didn't give. We've always used what's come in for the school to further what we were doing, to further the work, and the little we took for ourselves was just so we can keep it moving and, and survive and
we
keep
live.
going.
Look, we took what we needed to live. That was for us.
Yeah.
I always, even in the church, you know, my spiritual father, before I came into into black community consciousness, I don't know what you want to call it, but I was in the church.
Call it whatever you want.
And I'm going to coin that one day. Just give me a chance. But our spiritual father, you know, he was my pastor. Pastor Miles, Roderick F. Miles Sr. Bless his soul. Yes. Wonderful man. And he always said that this money ain't coming in here for, don't believe Jesus, that Jesus and God don't need your money. I need your money. The church needs your money. And then this is also it's a spiritual thing. So saying all that to say, I ain't gonna go into spiritual thing, but yes, you got even the scripture in the Bible that says you got to make sure that your servant, your prophet, needs to be taken care of. This is for you. You're making sure if someone is feeding you something, you got to show your love and your appreciation by feeding them back something. It ain't just money. It's your time. It's your talents and whatever offerings you got. So we receive that. So I don't feel bad if a nigga if a person want to say, you know, oh, they used that and they took this. Oh, well, and your point is it was for all of us. So think of so much that we didn't take. Think of so much that we put in. How about that? So much that we put in. So I don't feel bad, baby, for saying all that to say for living. We lived. And it wasn't all because of what the school brought in either.
Well, we worked. We some hustlers. You know, Baba gonna grind, Mama and Nkoyo gonna grind, and we kept the school's been open for 10 years. We haven't missed school.
No.
And we've had summer programs the whole time.
Yes, we have.
Fall semester, spring semester, adult classes, Operation Reconnect. You know what I'm saying? The whole time, no government funding, no outside help, right? Have we had school with hundreds of children in it yet? No. Not yet. No. But guess what we have done? We've helped open schools in other cities, programs in other cities. You know what I'm saying? Asasa Academy in Memphis, Liberation, Liberating Farms in Detroit, Prince Circle of Legends Academy in Houston. Yes, your Baba sat down with Jay Prince. All I needed was 15 minutes. We converted his gym into a school. That happened.
This man values, as well. He really did. I hadn't seen someone that they speak of as far as when it comes to Jay Prince saying, you know, how much he doesn't really big up other men, especially. He don't bring them in. He don't get, man, please, Baba, I really like, hey, Mrs. Mrs. Baba, I love what y'all doing, and I appreciate that because it shows my husband how great of a educator that he is, and if he got the power. He got the power.
You know what? Shout out to Jay Prince and the whole Prince family. Shout out to Ashley Prince. You know, they have taken on a responsibility that many who are successful in the Black community don't take on.
Yes.
And that's a real responsibility to go Black into the community and invest in the community. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Jay Prince has actually bought a lot of Fifth Ward.
Oh,
you know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? Peace,
Absolutely.
Ebony Jones, we love you too. You know, he's bought a lot of Fifth Ward and he wants to build it in the conundrum that he runs into and that others that reinvest in the community run TI and all those that run into is once you build it, have the people been prepared, right? To flourish in it. Have the people been prepared? Have they been given the type of education, right? To do something with it. So if I come and I buy up the stores in the community, who in school is studying how to run a store? Who wants to run a store?
Yep.
Our children are dreaming of basketball, football, entertainment. Then those who are doing great, they're dreaming of great jobs in the white community.
Yeah.
And they dream about getting away from the neighborhood.
Absolutely. That's what
right?
we've been taught.
Yeah. So I'm trying to show y'all where there's a gap and an opportunity. The average corner store in the hood make $250,000 to $300,000 a year.
Yeah.
Why are we not grooming our store owners?
Absolutely.
Why are we not taking over that industry?
Yep.
We don't even talk about hair.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So someone like Mr. Prince, Jay Prince, he can go and he can buy up the hood all he wants to. What are we prepared to do as a people living in the Black community when those opportunities come?
Yeah.
That's what Uhuru Academy is all about.
Yes.
We're about preparing us to have our own. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what this is, y'all. That's what this movement is. You can't scream Black power if you don't empower Black people.
So that's what we do. We empower Black people, y'all. You know,
yeah.
And we're very transparent, and we do not sugarcoat the things that go on. We don't sugarcoat how things are done as far as within, the business of it. But because
we have to do business.
We have to.
Y'all, it's not enough. It's not, especially now with everything going on now, with the protests and the police murdering Africans, right? Yes. Men and women. Yes. I'm not going to say unarmed Black men, right? The state destroys Black families, right?
Absolutely.
Not just unarmed Black men, right? But Black families as a whole.
This is what they're about. This is what they're used to doing. So that's all they know. So that's what they do. That's
what I'm saying? And so, peace to the family of George Floyd.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday, heavenly birthday to Breonna. Breonna Taylor, you know what I'm saying, who was viciously murdered by the state. Notice I didn't say police, viciously murdered by the state. Okay. Because once the police get away with it, that's the state's murder. Okay. Now you give me a murder conviction, then that's the murderer's murder. Yeah. Then that's that cop's murder. But as long as you're on administrative leave, as long as there's a trial pending, that's on the state.
Okay.
And because when it's a not guilty verdict, that means the state supported, because it's the state versus such and such, right? So like when all of them cops got off on Rodney King, that Rodney King's beating became LA's beating. Yeah, absolutely. It became the California's beating, right? So it's the state's murder until they find this cop's guilty. And in a lot of ways, it's still the state's murder, because the state creates the atmosphere to where a police officer feels safe to do that. Yeah. You don't do it unless you got protection, babe. I ain't gonna lie. It was a couple of times. It was a couple of dudes on my street that I wouldn't have talked noise to if my big brother wasn't at home. Yeah. Okay. You got back up. Yeah, you got back up. Your big brother ain't at home. They start talking and I was like, I don't even believe in fighting. Why we gotta fight out? That's what's wrong with us Black people. Yeah. But I look back and I see my big brother in the window, look, nigga, what is it? What you want? What we can go right now. Yeah. And so a lot of police officers are emboldened by the state. Yeah. They know they got a police union behind them. Yeah. They know they got a state behind them that don't hardly ever convict police officers for murder. Yeah. Right? And the few that they have been others, Blacks. Yeah. The guy in South Carolina, Charleston, was it Scott? Yeah, Preston or something like that. The cop is Scott. He got jail time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's not murder though. I know sisters that get jail time for food stamp fraud, 12 years. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's child support case. Yeah. That's free Tyler Colbert. You know what I'm saying? He didn't kill nobody. He got 30 years. You understand what I'm saying? For robbery. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So even when they get jail time, it's not commensurate. You know? And the tripped out thing about Minneapolis is that just a year ago, the brother cop who shot the white woman, he got 12 years. He got 12 years. You know what I'm saying? So what's going to happen here? And that was an accident. Yes, she startled him. You understand what I'm saying? So he didn't have a state. Nope. See, he didn't have a state to back him up. All the way. You didn't get a murder charge. Your badge got you 12 years, but you're going to do some time. Yeah. But when it comes to us, the state protects.
Absolutely.
You know, and so, and I say that because people say, "Oh, F the police, but the police represent an institution.
Yeah.
They represent the state. They represent you. You're saying F the police, but they work for the same apparatus you're picking up your disability check from.
Wait a minute. So you're saying they should say F the state? So that you sound like them white nationalists. Are you a nationalist?
I am.
Black
Yeah, I am. I'm absolutely a black nationalist.
Because that's what they.
Well,
and low key, that's what a lot of. If you see some white people out there that's doing that, that's really, they say that's trying to what's the word, aggravate. They're agitating by throwing the bricks and They probably white nationalists because they want to start a war with the government.
Some are leftists though. Some are legit anarchists.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Some are legit anarchists. That's different than white nationalists.
Okay, let's explain.
White nationalist is not an anarchist.
Okay,
right. White nationalists are racist patriots.
Okay.
Right. And they believe that America was built. Well, okay, it's not even a belief. Okay. They hold on to the very real fact that America was established to be a white supremacist nation. Yeah, that's a fact.
That's the truth.
You can't argue that. That is not up for debate. Like when Obama and them talking about this nation was founded on the principles of freedom, that is not the truth.
Yeah.
Thomas Jefferson then was very clear. Go read Thomas Jefferson's notes on the state of Virginia. He wrote about 6 years after he wrote the Declaration of Independence. He was very clear. They were not talking about black people. Okay, you look at all the science journals back then. We were considered subhuman, somewhere between a human and a monkey.
Yeah.
As far as they were concerned.
Ooh.
So when white nationalists say this country was built by white people for white people, it wasn't built by white people physically, but established by white people for white people, they're not lying. They're not lying. It ain't fair. It ain't fair, but it ain't a lie either.
It ain't a lie.
It's not a lie.
Yeah.
They didn't. George Washington didn't say we're going to enslave them for a little while, but eventually it got to be freedom for everybody. They did not say that.
No,
they didn't say that. So white nationalists are people who believe that that's the natural order of things.
Oh, okay.
Right. So you got factions of the white nationalist movement. They want it's a trip. They stole the program of the black nationalist movement.
Okay.
For example, Elijah Muhammad wanted in the Nation of Islam, they wanted to set America to set aside states, 5 to 10 states, right, to give to black people as reparations and let that be a nation of our own.
Okay.
Marcus Garvey, of course, wanted to repatriate back to Africa, but he also believed that we should annex our own states here in America as well. The map of the Republic of New Africa, they had a whole plan, the Jackson-Kush plan, where they talked about annexing about 6 states in the South, where we're the most populated and have the states of our own. Well, when the white nationalist movement popped up, one of their programs, one of their agendas, they want 10 states that are white states.
I say give it to them. Let everybody be with who they want to be with.
They say they wanted 10 states that's white states. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different movement than the leftists, the anarchists are like, what I do in my yard is what I do in my yard.
Okay.
We don't need no government.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so that's
people know right from wrong.
Okay.
We don't want no. They want to defund the police force. If I want to be an outlaw, be an outlaw. You know what I'm saying? If you can't handle that, then you need to learn how to defend yourself.
Oh, but that's a little.
But then you could do what you want to do. If you can take it, you can have it. And let people come together in communities and decide how they want to live and what they want to do. That's an anarchist.
It don't sound too balanced.
A lot of times when people talk about anarchy, they just talk about chaos because the belief for some is that if you have anarchy, you have chaos, right? Anarchists are like, no, I think if you have anarchy, you have more order. Now, I think that there are certain types of cultures that don't need a police department, but white culture ain't one of them. White American culture need police. Need laws, need rules, need governance. Y'all need governance, white people. I'm sorry, y'all need governance. Right. And so that they've been out there radicalizing our youth because a lot of black young and shout out to all the black youth that jumped off the porch. Shout out to all the black youth that jumped off the porch and got out there, and sincerely to have your voices heard.
Yes.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
I don't want to take nothing away from the Black youth that got out there not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
Not knowing what's coming next, not knowing that the police gonna open fire. Who is it? Who are these white folks? Who is playing? Why white people showing fatigues and they still out there shouting and marching and wanting to be heard.
So young people have always been the catalyst for when it comes to revolution, it seems like.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I mean, the civil rights movement was young people.
Yeah.
I mean, people got to realize Dr. King wasn't even 40.
Yeah.
When he was assassinated.
True that.
Malcolm hadn't made 40.
True that.
When they were assassinated.
Young people.
These are young people.
Yeah.
You know, it's always been young people.
You're right.
And it's always going to be young people.
Absolutely.
You know, I am no longer a young people.
I was about to say, I don't know if I qualify anymore.
We're no longer a young people, right? Right. But we're at an age and at an awareness, and the ancestors have brought us to a place to where we can be fuel for young people.
Absolutely.
We can empower young people, but we have to humble up.
Absolutely.
Right.
No, we were the young people though for a while.
We were the young people at one time. You know what I'm saying? And we had issues when we were young, dealing with an older guard above us that wanted to dictate to us rather than listen to us.
Yeah.
Then teach us.
That's right.
And then allow us to create something for ourselves.
Okay.
Right. And I think that that's something that we need to learn from. My generation was hit with the crack cocaine epidemic. We was hit with a lot of shit in the 90s, man, that you know, while my generation went hard, hardcore rap, but you know, we had political hip hop too. You had entertainment, people like Martin and Living Single Rock, things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You had pockets of power there. You know, the rise of the Black athlete was really in the 90s. Yeah. You know, coming off of the Jordan era. You know, you went into the Allen Iverson era and things where athletes were starting to have a little more cultural leverage in that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't have a generation above us that there was a disconnect in the communication. You know, because think about hip hop. When hip hop blew up, rappers started making the kind of money that Smokey Robinson and them just wasn't making.
Oh no.
You know, you looking up and you Jay-Z or you DMX, and all of a sudden you millionaires because the technology has changed, right? And so the people ahead of you, even with athletes, you looking up, you Tony Dorsett, and now you looking at Emmett, and Emmett is way up here with it. You know what I'm saying? And now Emmett looking at Ezekiel Elliott like, you ain't get having Ezekiel way up here with it. And that causes friction. That causes tension. You know, and if egos get in the way. You know, and so sometimes the younger generation don't benefit from the knowledge of the older generation. And then the older generation don't know how to ride the wave and listen to the younger generation.
True that.
And that's what I'm trying to find that balance.
And I was about to say, because as well, when you get older and you get experience and maturity, you also get you get a little more fear. You're a little more cautious, or I should say, not fear, but you get a little more cautious. So you're looking at this young bug right here, just rah, I'm gonna do and you like, oh. You have a little more, you know, is it inhibition or? Yeah,
well, you know, because a lot of times young people lack the context. And older people lack the fire.
And so that's where that merge.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We can offer context to what you're doing. How do we get here? What's going on? Are you armed with the history? Let me arm you with the history. Are you armed with all of the avenues of power that you have that you could take advantage of what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And so let's grab them, you know, but what we have, and it's been going on since I was young. And it happened in Fort Worth. And shout out to Brandon Shaw, Young Turk, coming home in July, young brother that was on the cusp before we got in trouble in Fort Worth to provide some leadership to the youth. But what happens is when something like this goes down, right? The Negroes, right? They're ready to co-opt the youth. Like when the youth run out there, there are people ready to receive them and use them.
And we're not, I mean, you know, I'm saying we as the you know, we're not the conscious or the older guard, you know, we're not.
No, let's say the conscious community.
Okay.
So let me be specific.
Okay.
RBG.
Okay.
Nation of Islam.
Okay.
Rastas.
Okay.
Moors. Who am I missing? Just Pan-Africanists,
Pan-African,
UNIA, Garveyites, Black Panthers. Let me throw the Hebrew Israelites. Let me throw it all out there, right? Let me throw it all out there right now from what I've seen. And we've traveled the whole country the past 10 years, right? From what I've seen, we're not out there ready to receive the youth when they come off the porch.
No. We either too busy being antisocial.
Sometimes we're being a lot of times we're being antisocial. A lot of times we're so dogmatic. And what I mean by dogmatic, we're so stuck in this box of our own ideology that you're neither approachable or open to listen to what somebody else says. So when you do approach young people, it's you got to tell them how stupid they are first, or ask them what they don't know first, right? When that slick Negro gonna do this. I love what you're saying, young brother. You know, we can get this done. I can go talk to the mayor. We can get this thing done. Just listen to me, okay? Where they live? Can you introduce me to his mother? That's how they do it, though, because I've witnessed it, right? But they have an agenda when they come up to you. The agenda is, if I look like I have leverage with you, this grant I've been trying to get, I can get it. I can go here and ask these people for some money, because they're gonna see me standing next to this youth that got the bullhorn and 500 people behind. But here's the thing: I gotta make sure you don't get no real power. All your power gotta come where?
Do you?
I got you. Let me go. You stay right here. You go in here with me. You know, and these people, they not gonna listen. They're gonna be all crazy and whoop-de-whoop. You stay right here. And then they go in. And their conversation ain't your demand. Their conversation is, you want them niggas to go home? You want them to go home? You know, I put this on your desk a year ago about the intervention program, the prevention program. Fund my program and we can get this done. Then he's gonna come back to you. I've lived this, okay? It's gonna work out. Let's go home. I talked to the mayor. Everything's gonna be good. And don't worry, I got you. That means you're gonna get a job.
That's what I mean.
That means, but he's gonna get like a $60,000 a year job. You're gonna get $10 an hour.
Bullshit.
See, that's the formula. Al Sharpton's used the formula.
It's unfortunate.
You know, that's the formula, right? And their job, the understanding from the white man, I'm gonna give you this money, right? But you got to keep them in check. I'm gonna give them this money, and I don't want you to keep them in check to stop burning. They do not fear Black youth burning things down.
What is it?
That's not what they fear, because all that shit's insured.
That's what
that's cool. And they got a jailhouse for you. They don't fear that part. Okay, that's insured. What they fear is education. What they fear is the Black youth saying, you know what, I want some of this shit. You know what, I know how to end police terrorism. I need to own my block. I need to own the street that these police patrol. Why is Ahmed running the stores? Why is Suleen running the... We need all this shit. How much money they generate? Why they not out here walking with us? How do we get jobs? How do we create jobs? Man, see, they're asking too many questions. Give them a job. Call them a youth recruitment specialist.
Making up shit.
Have a program where the youth come in, they sign up, and if you're in poverty, you qualify for the program, and we give you job training. Not a job.
Job training. We're
going to give you job training. Gonna teach you how to fill out an application, how to interview. That we can't guarantee, you know what? Jobs. And when you do get a job, guess where it's not going to be?
In our office.
In your community.
In your community.
Ain't no jobs there, because Suleen don't hire niggas.
Nope.
She just sell them hair.
That's right.
Ahmed don't hire niggas at the store.
Nope.
I remember my job used to be support. I had a supported work program. I go in, I talk to the business, and I had a budget. You hire the youth, I'll pay their salary. You just gotta let them work here.
Okay.
I used to go in the hood to the stores. Those jobs are reserved for their people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm like, Black people come here every day, man. You can't. You ain't even gotta pay them.
Yeah.
One Korean lady told me that the Asian Chamber of Commerce in Fort Worth wouldn't let them do it.
I believe that.
They are only allowed to hire their own.
I believe that. And I don't see nothing wrong with it, but you're going to get out of my neighborhood, and we can do that. That's where it should be. Fine, but go over there to your neighborhood.
And that's what the fear is.
Yeah.
That's why the Negro has to come and play on your emotions, send you home and say, we're fighting for change.
Yeah. So with the way things are going right now, it really it took a turn for, I guess it's the worst for them, because they didn't expect this to go on this.
No, this is very unique.
For this fire to be this big.
Yeah, this is very, people are marching all over the world.
Yes, I've heard people are ignoring their, quarantine motion and in order to come out and protest. And bless their hearts, a lot of them are sincerely think that they're marching and protesting for George Floyd and the killing and but they don't know that a lot of people are out here as well. Number one, I think they pissed. They just happy to be outside because of COVID.
Right?
They won't do nothing.
We marching. We do something. I'm bored. I don't watch everything on this.
Yes. Some of them pissed because you ain't gonna tell me. Now you stay in the house, blah, 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 blah. And that's what but then a lot of it is as well. I think that this summertime, they took away all our spring, telling us to stay in the house. Now it's summertime, and you've been in the house. They like, oh, now we finna do a little something, divert that attention again. So it's a lot. I think it's a lot. I'm not. But a lot of there are a good number of people that are sincere, and in all, I think that. There are some people getting some change. What I'm trying to say, there are some people that's getting some good things out of some good things coming out of it. LA school district, they pulled a lot of their money from. They defunded the police of in the schools. Yeah, and they're putting it in. And and then there are other cities
Minneapolis
that are giving
just outlawed the chokehold.
I saw that. There are some that are defunding. They're taking so much from this fund, that's fund. So I see a lot coming out of it, which is good. It's unheard of since I've been alive that protests that actually, especially since our people have been the killings of our people have been televised so much. I've not seen this kind of reaction on a whole to where it's causing some kind of actual change.
And it's a trip. As much as many Black murders we've seen on video, this particular one, I think shocked a lot of people out they see because of the cruelty of it. This one was particularly cruel. Like Eric Garner's was bad. Yeah, it was bad. But if you just start that clip at a certain place, it looks like a struggle. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? This looks like torture. Yeah. From the little I saw the screenshot, because I refused to see it because I'm very sensitive spiritually, emotionally. I don't want to get that in my head because I'll take on that shit. Yeah. That's what a lot of us are doing as well. Side note, when we're watching a lot of this, we're taking on that energy. There are some of us that are strong enough to do it. Somebody got to watch it so they can see. Maybe it'll prompt some change. But a lot of us, it's just we take on that emotion and we'll get sad, depressed, and shit. So I haven't seen it, but from the stills that I've seen. You're right. It does look cruel. You talking about 4 people. Now you had the one on his neck, but there's 3 other laws on his body though.
But and
while he's handcuffed on his stomach.
That's
right.
And the brother called for his mom.
After he was unconscious for 8 minutes.
His mom.
Yeah. So it's a shock to the system.
Okay. So
but make no mistake, you have some folks that are sincere that are out there. But you have capitalists out there too.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You have Kamala Harris and Cory Booker arguing for the anti-lynching law. That's already on the books, right? They're arguing to renew it. And Ron Paul was like, I'm not with this law. When they get up there and they, and you want the Black people, like Black people. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. There's always justification to get up and yell on behalf of Black people. Always. Racism didn't start always when our brother was murdered. You understand what I'm saying? But what I like is for about a month, everybody gets to be as Black as they want to. Yeah. Even Obama gets to be Black for about 30 days.
Good 30 days. But I love it because it's causing as well. I always just sit back and look at the reactions.
Kind of black.
Yeah. because his man white.
He won't go hard. He won't go hard. Barack won't go hard for black folk. I don't care what nobody say. And watch where a lot of the
wanted it because he's such a cool, but he exudes black coolness. So I wanted it.
He exudes the coolness, but he never went hard for black people.
But that's what I'm saying. I wanted it. I wanted him to. That would have been the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
But I'm
seeing, and admit that Reverend Wright was right. Barack.
Thank you.
God damn America for what she's done for black people.
Now, then that's what lost me. That's when he lost me. Really, is when I heard and saw how he did that, man.
That showed a lack of character.
Yes, it did. Very much.
That showed a lack of character because you understand the context, Barack. You can't tell me you didn't understand the context.
Years? You were under his tutelage.
So you understood the context, man. But let's give that up because the bigger prize is over here. But you don't understand it when you gave that up. You gave up your power.
So did.
You gave up your leverage. As soon as he got in office, he had no leverage.
And they told him
when it came to black issues.
And so it caused me to sit back like, oh well, whatever.
And then they turn around and he got Trump elected.
Yes, he did.
Then he hit us with Trump, who ain't got no filter.
None.
Don't apologize for shit.
None.
Ain't apologize for nothing. I'm like, Barack might as well have did that.
He's a 15-year-old white boy in a 70-some-year-old white man's body. That's what he is.
You see him walking from that church with that Bible. They looting, we shooting.
He stood with that stupid look.
Yeah. You don't know what. Turn to Leviticus, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Turn to Genesis.
Is that in here?
Where is Genesis? Yes. I don't know. It's this
craziness. But I see, but I really want to point out how much it's causing people to use their platform and really, I see sincerity. Again, you have those celebrities.
And you can have sincere ignorance too, but you can only be sincere. You can be super sincere. If you don't have the information, that can be dangerous too.
I see those who are just standing up for black people. The knowledge, I don't know what knowledge they want,
I know.
but I'm just saying they're saying.
I'm sure how we get tricked sometimes.
See, I understand. There he go. Go ahead. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
You gonna bloop, bloop, bloop me?
Because he won't let me have my.
Go, baby. Go, have it.
No, it's no.
And you're glowing, by the way. You see that?
See how you do that?
What I do?
He should have been a politician.
You are, girl. You are absolutely glowing. Just shining, glistening all over your body. Yeah.
Anyway, go.
I'm a blessed man.
Tell your stuff.
No. I'm just saying. Yeah, go ahead, baby. Go for it.
I'm not gonna say anything. No, I was just saying. Okay. So dead air.
But I'm just saying we gotta watch it. And what I'm saying is, like, I could go outside, right? Mm-hmm. I said, I got Nkoyo's back. And then I slap somebody who I think is against you. And you look at me and say, no, that was my friend.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we'll come out when we sincere, we riding for black folk. What are we asking for?
Acceptance.
Is that what we need?
Nope.
But that's what we're educated to ask for.
Mm-hmm.
Acceptance. So a lot of folk are gonna be calmed down because it's white people at the march, and they're gonna say, "See, things are getting better because it's white people at the march." But white people liking black people doesn't change institutional racism.
No.
There's always been white people to like black people, y'all. Thomas Jefferson had 8 children.
He liked black people.
He loved black folk. He kicked it with Benjamin Banneker. He slept with Sally Hemings and had babies. Right. And then he had 800 slaves at the same time. And then wrote that black people and white people will never be able to live together as equals. Thomas Jefferson wrote that. He wrote it. So when these white folks say it's going to be a race war, guess who they got that from? The same man that wrote the Declaration of Independence.
Founding forefathers.
He said it. Thomas Jefferson forecast said it's going to be a war. That's the only thing. He said that we could never live in peace.
And I believe that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But what I'm saying is this may be a catalyst for more and more. I always, you did this, Mr. Solutionary Mind, optimistic always.
Absolutely.
You did this, because I've always deemed myself to be a realist and things like that. But now I've turned the corner, and I'm saying each time something like this happens, I excited because it's more and more Black people that are coming over to the side and they're waking up. I want to know what's the education? What is this? What is that? You know, we got the celebrities who were just saying, you know, you're not my fan. You're not my, if you ain't standing.
How they jumped on Drew Brees.
Oh man, see, that's what I'm talking about.
A white quarterback in the NFL getting chin checked like that.
That's what I'm talking about. See, that's what I'm talking about. John Boyega, you know, the guy from Star Wars, you know, he's rowdy with it, you know, he just rah with it. He's talking about, I'm an African, I'm Yoruba, you know, these my people, you know, you know.
And let me just interrupt for a minute. In pro-Black people, yes, there are layers to it, right?
Yeah,
there's layers to it. But celebrate these small victories. Get in there. High five, then educate.
That's right.
High five, then educate.
Being so damn arrogant. Just
high five. Don't run. See, you don't know this. You still on that NFL plantation. Okay. High five, then educate.
That's right. But no, they don't want to do the second part, the action part. They just want to complain.
You know what? As long as I'm complaining, I can call everybody else stupid.
Yep.
It's an excuse for me not to be active.
Thank you.
You can't scream Black power if you don't empower Black people. Okay? Now, I want to give a quick shout out to Mikey Williams.
All right.
Mikey Williams is just 15 years old.
That's what's up.
But he's already projected to be one of the best basketball players in the world.
Oh, okay.
And say when Mikey Williams, he's out of Cali. Okay. You know, when he comes out of school, you know, at the school, he already has scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
The young brother already has over 2 million followers on Instagram, including Drake, including people like LeBron, all of that, right? Well, in the wake of all of this, they've been waiting on Mikey Williams to announce where he's gonna go to school, right? And you know, he's just a sophomore, freshman in high school, and his parents, they went to HBCUs, right? Well, Mikey Williams came out and said, you know, I'm rocking with my people. And he's saying, I'm looking at HBCU.
That's right.
You know, I'm looking at an HBCU because if players like me went to HBCU, it could help revive these schools for our community.
Yes.
Kudos. Yes, Uber Black power person. HBCUs are funded by this, but the HBCU college experience is the best college experience for Black children. Absolutely. Right? And if we infuse money into it, we can turn them into what we want to turn them into. Before we go all deep, let's look at the image of a young Black male saying, I'm going to take my talent. I'm thinking about taking my talent. He says it's not just for show either.
That's what's up.
He's saying he's really considering it. And I'm thinking if a few of these one and dones, because I don't think people understand that the NCAA makes billions of dollars per year off of Black athletes.
Yes. Ooh, that documentary.
Off of Black children, right? Yeah. Billions. Yeah. And if the one and dones, because the NBA don't give a damn. They want to sell tickets.
Yep.
And this is the Instagram age. This dude already got 2 million followers on Instagram. He ain't got to worry about notoriety. No. He don't need Duke. Nope. Duke needs him.
Yep.
He don't need North Carolina.
Yeah.
He don't need Texas Tech. Mm-hmm. He don't need none of those schools. Mm-hmm. And none of the top athletes need them because they all have millions.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So millions of followers.
Yes.
So he brought that out. What if that starts a trend?
Come on.
To where our top athletes say, you know what, we finna ball for a purpose. We only going to school for 1 year because you can't go to the NBA until you're 20, 21.
Oh, okay.
That's the only reason why they go to school for a year.
Okay.
The best players don't stay in school 4 years. They go 1 year and then they go to the NBA. What if all of them say, we want it done into HBCU?
That's right. Yeah, put that money and that notoriety right there.
Millions. What if 5 of the top got together and say, let's just turn Grambling into a powerhouse this year. Then the 5 next year, y'all go and do North Carolina A&T. Then the 5 next year, y'all go do Howard.
I love it. You've been saying that. You've been saying that. You've been saying it for years.
I've been saying it for years.
Yes.
So when I saw that,
yeah,
I said, man, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Alicia say the Amazon warehouse on fire in Redlands, California. You know what I'm saying? So is that a part
I ain't got no orders
right? Is that a part of the rebellion, you know? Or,
is he trying, is a picture trying to be painted? Either way, I'm saying this, if it's part of the rebellion.
Well, I don't have a problem.
Because that's a corporation.
Yeah.
That's a corporation.
Because Amazon's not on fire. One of their warehouses is on fire.
True that. So it puts a lot of people out of work. So if it's Black people
for the time being, insured, and they're insured. Brazos is gonna make money.
Oh
He's gonna make
but
money.
The little
off
people
that.
that ain't the people like me that got to go and work them 12-hour shifts. I'm not gonna get no money.
And that's the other side of the thing
that.
is focusing it. And
Yeah.
I see the anarchist movement is cool with that, right?
Yeah.
But as a Black community, what are we prepared to establish?
Yeah.
What are we prepared to build in the place of what we burn?
Yeah.
Right? And we got to stop with the like that's not a legitimate question.
Yeah.
That's a legitimate question. And I think that a lot of us in the Black Power movement, we avoid the question because we haven't done the damn work.
Yep.
Because we haven't been in a community like we're supposed to.
Yep.
Buying property.
Yep.
And creating businesses.
Yep.
And creating jobs.
Yep.
We've been wearing nice necklaces.
Yep.
Screaming Black Power on social media.
Red, black, and green flags.
Red, black, and green flags.
And
talking noise, getting likes and shares.
Mm-hmm.
But we ain't got nothing. We can't offer a sandwich to our own children.
Nope.
To the youth.
Nope. I want to point out again, I'm going to just think as they come to me, just situations and where I've seen Black people really, I'm loving the energy and in which they speak in their we're talking about, just having a plan and not being in our community, just tearing up shit because that's where, that's for us, But, there was a sister that was on, they had as a viral video. She was, talking to the rioters, and there was a lot of them white folks saying, don't come over here in my neighborhood. This is my residence. Go somewhere else. Go to where the corporations are. We got to live in these places. Homeless people got to benefit from you knocking down charging stations. The homeless people got to charge. This is something, this homeless person needs to stay up under this building or something. And you're burning it up and everything. It's so our people that's the message we want to put out. We know you angry. We know you got energy that needs to be funneled somewhere else. But if you're seeing someone that they don't look like you in your neighborhood, get them the hell up out and tell them you go burn somewhere else. Go to your neighborhood to burn up. You pissed off. Don't come over here because I need these things. That's what I'm saying. I need this. And then there was another young brother in West End, Dallas, back home in Texas. The brother he had a burger joint and he got destroyed, some glass and stuff. They broke up some windows. And they went to news people went to him to try to get a reaction. How do you feel? This is your own people. He was like, I can't be mad at them. How can I tell them what to do? He said, all I can do is clean this up. This is insured. All I can do is let them know that I am an ally. I am a brother. I'm a Black man, but I can't get mad at this. I can't get mad at this. Look at all what they're doing it for. Look at what they're angry about. So I love that. I love that because that's the unity that we should show. That's the unity. If we more and more of that can be shown, that's what we need to show, and that's what we need to do.
And the thing is, when you own the businesses in your community, when it's time to ride, if I got a store, I'm buying bats. I'm buying equipment. I'm sponsoring.
Here you go.
I'm sponsoring, right? I'm giving you a safe haven. You can come up in here and plan, plot, and strategize if you want to.
That's the way they did when they had to, because they had nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
When the 50s and 60s, that's what Martin and them did. They had to. They had their circuit.
Well, they wanted to too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They wanted to.
Absolutely.
Because we got to understand it. In those days when we were doing business with one another, it wasn't because white folks didn't let us come over there. Our ancestors wanted to do business with each other. The narrative got flipped around. It got flipped around, and we think that Black folk doing business with Black folk and living among Black folk was a part of our oppression.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good
wasn't a part of our you know what I'm saying? And that's the trickery that I'm talking about. Like even with the marches and with what's going on right now, and why we need to light a fire under conscious groups and organizations, man. Because the trick is supposed to be eased in there. For example, Jordan Brand just donated $100. They say they're gonna donate $10 million a year to social change.
What's up?
That sound good, don't it?
Yeah,
sound real good. But guess what? The bulk of that money is going to go to police reform. Now, when they say I'm giving money so cops could be trained better, that's a grant for the police.
Yeah. Yes.
See, so that's another thing y'all got to look at when they say we need reform. That means they're about to give the police money.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
They didn't give them millions, and they're not going to hold them accountable for the actual training, y'all. They're going to go and they're going to put a PowerPoint together on diversity, because we've been through this before.
Yeah.
They're going to hire a couple of Negroes. Michael Lyric Dyson might get a job, and other folk get a job to go in. I talked to the police department and and ain't shit going to change.
You know,
and they're gonna put the bulk of that money, that some of that money gonna go to buy weapons and all that. So you gotta watch that.
I'm glad we're talking about it, because we've been quiet, somewhat on it, just trying to sit. I'm about to say it's definitely where we've been working, but also just trying to watch and try to see how what needs to be said and how needs to be said. But I am just sitting here thinking that, I'm talking to you, Black people, I'm talking to us. What do we expect? How are we supposed to feel? What do you expect to happen? There are any other person on this land, if something is done, if they're wronged, they want justice, and they get justice 9 times out of 10. They get justice. Why should we not want justice? Why is it stupid and silly and crazy when we want justice and we carry out whatever the action we think that's going to get us justice? We shouldn't be villainized. We shouldn't be talking down on us. We should be, if the white people who were the family members of whomever is killed, for somebody get killed, a family member, they're standing up. They're not saying, "Oh, I love them, I forgive them." They're saying, "We want justice, and we won't sleep until we get justice. We'll continue to go to the parole boards or parole meetings or to the court." That's their energy. Why? Why do we feel the need to kumbaya and hug and stroke? Oh, it's okay, white man. It's okay. Why? It's not human. It's not humanly possible. That is not what this is not a reaction that is common. It's not natural. It's not a natural reaction to have, is to say, "I love you." You come slap me and beat me up, and I'm like, "Oh, baby, I know you love me. I'm so, you don't have to worry. It's okay. I forgive you." And other people are like, "What the hell's wrong with her? He whooped her ass. He abusing her. Why is she stupid?"
But we're in an abusive relationship,
and I think that's what needs to be explained. We need to look at it like that. We are sick as far as the energy that we hold around, the let me see, because he don't like me. That's it.
No.
You said okay. All right. I read too much into that, but anyway, that's what I feel when it comes to the energy that we have for white people and the government and those, the white people. Just say that.
Well, you could say United States because it's the country.
United States.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't care if people say white folks. I'm not saying that all white people ain't bad. I don't get on that whole little old trip. You know what I'm saying? But you could say the institution of the United States because the United States gets a pass. Like they'll say the South enslaved blacks. No, the United States enslaved black people.
Yes.
Okay. The Confederate States lasted for 11 years. Black folks were enslaved for over 300 years. Jim Crow for another 150 years after that. That was under the red, the white, and the blue. So I say United States because we have to remind people that was an American racism is an American institution.
Absolutely.
That's why when people talk about we killing each other. Violence is an American cultural pastime. It's the American way, period. It's not a black thing.
No.
You understand what I'm saying? And so let's put it exactly where it is. And I feel what you're saying about that, about the conditioning with the forgiveness. And it goes back to being conditioned to believe that there's a greater spiritual reward when you forgive white people. And I say white people specifically
because we don't forgive each other
because it's rare. I've seen it, but it's a lot rare. God is a lot more lenient if you hate black people.
Yes, because I know when them young brothers and sisters killed my cousin in '99, I went to the hearing and everything. I was rooting because I wanted them to pay. That's the same energy I needed to take, or someone. Nothing's happened to me as far as someone, a white person, wrong with me in that manner. But that's the same energy we need to take when it has something to do with that.
Absolutely.
Justice is justice. You know what I'm saying?
Since we've been here, because slavery was just as much mental as it was physical.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the maintenance of slavery was more mental and spiritual. So it was mental violence and spiritual violence on top of the physical violence. And since slavery, there's been a battle for the minds of Black people ever since. What you're watching, like right here, playing out on TV between Trump and the Democrats, is the battle for the minds of Black people. They don't want to give you anything. They understand they don't have to. What they're doing is they're fighting for your mind. For your loyalty. They're fighting to trigger your mindset, right? And so what we think matters. That's why I chose education. That's why I chose to focus the efforts in this lifetime on African-centered education, because the battlefield is the mind of Black people. I've been talking personally to young people on the ground, and shout out to the Uhuru Academy Fellows. You know, shout out to Sean Gales and Kay Crucial and Michael Whitley and Haley and Peter Joseph. You know what I'm saying? Young people who've been on the ground protesting, doing their thing in Arkansas and in Texas, right? They've been reporting, they've been calling me directly from the protest, right? And like the last report I got, he say, brother say, I went there in the daytime, Bible, and white people led. There was more white, just me and white people. They led the march. They was telling everybody where to go and what to do. He say that night when the rowdy people came, the rowdy white people was leading the march and telling everybody where to go, what to do, and they in everybody's ear. And it's like the anarchists. This is one armed group called the Boogaloos. Yeah, they call it Boogaloos. These white folk, white anarchist group. They heavily armed. You know what I'm saying? And they out, and they've been recruiting. A lot of Black youth have been jumping on board with the Boogaloos.
And they just using them as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. It's the fight for the mind and sentiment of Black people, because they know that they're out there donating with people who are out there on emotion, but don't really have a list of demands. You want the hate to stop. Well, what is that? What does that look like?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You want police brutality to stop. What does that look like?
What does that entail? Yeah.
How do you make them stop? And how do you keep them stopped? That's not built into our education. We don't know. You don't know. We're taught that Dr. King made them stop, and that's not the truth.
That's not the truth.
We're taught that the Civil Rights Act made them stop. That's not the truth.
Nope. It just caused them to get a little sneakier. They just changed their
forms. Yeah.
Their process. Change their process. So BB448, Rob Lawson.
Peace, Robert Lawson. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And so we have to get out there. That's why we have the Uhuru Academy Summer School, online summer school starting on Monday, June 8th. We're going for 2 weeks in June. Then we're going to do 2 weeks in July and 2 weeks in August. I'm also going to be holding several mission empowerment webinars for young people between the ages of 16 and 24, where we're going to talk about how we got here in the first place. We're going to give them some context and give them some tools that they can use to empower themselves. I'm telling young people right now, like I've been telling young brothers, man, go get a job or start that business.
This is a perfect time.
It's hot to be Black right now. From now to November, you got a window.
Clean yourself up, get
tokenism is going to be at an all-time high.
Yes, smile.
Man, Ben and Jerry's looking for Black tokens. Any company you see giving money, they looking for some Black tokens.
And don't think you're a sellout when you're doing it. You can go do what you think.
It's a means to an end. It's a means to an end, but don't internalize it and make it your identity. Don't get it. Getting the job ain't the revolution. Revolution is getting the job so you can take care of yourself, become strong, and fight harder next time.
I say.
You understand what I'm saying?
And we're also doing adult history program this summer as well.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We're going to be doing the adult Black history program.
Please inbox myself or Baba Amin and say you are interested so that we can include you. But that is coming. It's time to re-educate. It's time to educate.
Because a lot of us, I see a lot of adults say, we all know what happened. No, we don't. No, we don't. And chances are, if you say we all know what happened, you don't know. Because I've been studying for 30 years. And one of the things I've learned studying for 30 years that I don't know. I'm still learning. We watched Wilmington on Fire.
Yes.
That was my first time learning about what happened in Wilmington, North Carolina, the home of Michael Jordan.
That was another Tulsa race riot type thing.
Yeah. And
it was deep. Y'all need to watch that. Y'all need to
go to Kweli.tv.
KWELI.tv.
Get a membership.
Yes.
Watch the documentary, Wilmington, on fire.
Yes.
Wilmington, North, and you'll understand why Jordan say Republicans wear sneakers too.
Yes, that really, it gave me an understanding, not empathy, not sympathy, but understanding. That brother has been conditioned as well to say, no, we're not doing that. Go watch it, y'all.
You just go work hard. You work hard.
Yes.
Keep your head down. Do what you got to do.
And I don't mix up. Don't mix up in politics.
Don't mix up politics.
He was traumatized into that thinking, y'all. His parents and his parents' parents.
Because you pass it on.
Yes.
You ain't got to verbalize it.
Yes.
You pass it on from generation to generation.
Yes.
So that's what I'm talking about. A history class that gives us context.
Right.
Not that tells you how to think, but gives you context. And I think that's the gift that the ancestors is giving.
It does, because you're able to take a point. You're able to take a subject in history and you make it apply today and apply to the person. The person is able to have aha moments and like, that's why this is that's the greatness of it. That's the greatness of it.
Connecting the dots. Yes. And we have to empower our children to connect the dots, because they're going to inherit it. Yes. And do y'all want the cycle to keep repeating? No. We are literally living in the adage that if you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it. We're living that.
We're living it. Absolutely.
We're in a cycle.
That is what history, knowledge, and education is about, is so that you can form your own critical thinking. Mm-hmm. You use it, and you're able to make those informed decisions based on the correct and factual history.
And really, all this generation of youth need is context.
That's it.
They need the proper context, because they got all the information at their fingertips. They just need the proper context, and we can trust them. We can trust them, y'all. We can trust this generation to do what they got to do, but we got to get off our ass and give them the proper context.
And open up your arms.
Invest your time.
Open up your
invest
arms.
Your skills.
Train them
invest
up.
Your money.
Train up a child.
Invest in every youth, every Black youth in your vicinity.
Yes.
Invest in them.
Whatever way you can.
What if the youth that want to say something powerful, right, on the mic, had more opportunity than the youth that didn't want to say something powerful?
Yeah.
Right?
So, all right.
What if it was instant free studio time in every neighborhood for young people that want to say something that's uplifting the neighborhood?
Yeah.
What if there was an instant investment? What if there was a small business incubator for young people in every hood?
Yeah.
They can come and set up online, learn how to set up their online stores, learn how to drop ship, learn how to do independent labeling for Amazon and all this type of stuff. What if they could learn these hustles? What if there was a spot where they can go and rent a car for $200 a week? If they're going to go and Uber, they can go Uber and go do this and go do that. You know what I'm saying? They renting the car. So a portion of it is going back to the car rental. The rest of it going in their pocket. What if they did that? What if we fed our community colleges young people with a plan that's coming in to get trades and get certifications? And when they get the certifications, you got this next layer of Black people. It could be your entertainers, your business people, whatever, that say we're going to take them and we're going to get them work.
Hustlers, well-to-do, those who, again, I put a post up the other day talking about everybody plays a role. And when it comes to protesting and fighting back and liberation, everyone has their role. Those of you that rioting, protesting, marching, that's not your thing, fine. You got a well-to-do job and you saying that ain't my thing, that on Facebook, talking about rah, fine. But find your place. You can take some of that money. You can even, I used to work for AT&T. They have these volunteer situations where you can put an institution on a list. And you get enough people to say, hey, we need to go to this institution. They will send people out to help you do whatever you need to do. Put money. You part of your people and the employees there in the corporation can donate portions of their checks, can set aside, say, I want $5 or $10 each paycheck to go to this institution. Let's start doing that. Those are things you can do. You can advocate for your grassroots organization. And just by saying this person needs to have this. Do your part. Take some money, hustlers, and say, okay, I'm going to do like he said, buy these cars, these used cars, instead of just throwing money out at the strip club. Hey, young, we'll take the strip club, stuff like that. Go buy a car. Go, and so you can rent it out. Go do this and do. So there are things to be done for us to.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and we can close it out.
Okay.
Because we got to get ready for it.
Oh, yes.
Be who you yelling at them to be.
Yes. Yes.
Be the change.
Be the change.
You want to see what in others.
Mm-hmm.
Be the change. Now, I'm not stupid enough to think that we're not going to stop having disputes with one another. We living around each other, going to have that, right? But beyond that, it's the self-hate.
Absolutely.
Beyond that, the most racist things I hear said about black people are said about black people. I hear niggas ain't shit all the time, but I hear from black people. I hear about how stupid black people are from black people. I ain't talking about the violence. Now I'm talking mental violence, spiritual violence, emotional violence. That's what I'm talking about right now. Be the change. Are you promoting black youth? Would you hire black youth? Are you bragging about our children? Are you willing to be a part of a campaign to promote black youth as the future, as the most hireable? We have to be the change. When we make a demand, Dr. A, I was at a meeting in an elder last night. People say, man, we're going to make some demands. We're going to make some demands to the city. The elder say, what demands are we going to make of ourselves?
Come on. Right. Always got to put that. Grandma always told you the finger you point at someone else is always 4 more or 3 more.
What demands? Yeah. And he was saying, if you say we're gonna tell them to give us some property, we need to demand ourselves that we're gonna get some property. Whether they get it or not. That's right. You're not telling them what they should do. You should be telling them what you doing, what you gonna do, if you gonna tell them at all. What demands? Instead of saying them, hire our youth, we should be looking at each other. Hire our youth. Instead of telling them, create jobs, we need to look at each other. Create jobs. Fair housing. Wait, fair housing. Be the change that you want to see.
We so corny, y'all.
Yeah. We ain't gotta wait on them.
No, we don't.
Somebody made a comment the other day. Like it or not, we need them if we're gonna win anything. I couldn't disagree more. It's sad. We need us. Yes. And I don't care how many of them get on your side.
That's right. It's
still if you ain't together, you're gonna be a horrible friend.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a horrible. That ain't even fair to good white people.
Come on.
I wouldn't even do good white people like that. I wouldn't give good white people this mess. Right here. Gotta take care of this.
That's right.
And that's where our focus should be. And that's because that's where our true power is.
When you work here, you'll be able to go outward. You go out, but you gotta start here. You gotta start in.
Their power is not your power. I don't care how much they love you. It's not your power.
Nope.
And you can't be on a titty forever.
No. Shit'll get off the pot.
Yeah. And most of y'all want to get a good white friend and hog them all to your damn self anyway. You're going to be in there hating on other black people. Yeah, you don't want food.
Yeah.
You're my Becky. You're my white person. I've seen it. I've lived it. I've seen it. I'm like, we should have finessed it. Well, okay, gonna get this. Okay, gonna get it. One thing you know, John's not going. He's not like that. Next thing you know, John and got your ass.
I was about to say, you want to get all that for you, all that guilt, all for you.
Finessing all the white guilt to yourself.
Because
we don't have an agenda. So let's get it together, though. It's time. Yes. It's time, y'all. It's always time. It's never not time.
Always.
You know. So
just before we leave, I know we leave. We got time. We got something to do. But they have this slogan out. I'm not my ancestors. And I know somebody probably said it to try. Like you used to say, well, I ain't so and so. That's it's kind of like you can't do me like you did them. But
I'm guilty of that too. I got a confession to make.
You said I'm not my ancestor?
No. Sometimes when the children want something and I say no, and they talk back, I say, I ain't your mama. I've done that. Because sometimes you give in.
Okay. Thanks for telling me. On live TV too. Boom, yeah.
I'm gonna do better.
Now I know. Be like, well, but since your Baba talking about he ain't me, let me do something. You
done said I ain't your Baba before.
No.
Oh.
I haven't.
Ooh, it's about that time.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, but they talking about that, and I just want to talk about the blatant disrespect of it, because you really don't know what your ancestors were about. If you're saying going around talking about, I'm not my, well, you know what, you might be right, but if you're saying it to be like, you ain't gonna do me no any kind of way, nigga, please, because you're getting done any kind of way. Your ancestors fought so much more than we're fighting right now. So don't even insult them.
There is truth to it.
Yes.
In that you don't know who you are. So you're not your ancestors, because you're not walking in their spirit. You're right. You're not walking in the spirit of your ancestors. Because if you were, you'd be on this fight every day.
Come on.
You'd be building every day. Right. And then I gotta ask, which ancestors are you not?
Yeah.
You know, which ones?
And it's an insult to say you saying it as though my ancestors didn't fight. Our ancestors fought every
never
which
stopped fighting. But again, the narrative.
Yes, sir.
The narrative we receive is not one of us fighting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You don't learn about Haiti in school.
Sure don't.
You don't learn about the Black Seminoles.
Yo, sure.
You don't learn about Gaspar Yanga. You don't learn about Zumbi and Palmares. You don't learn about Denmark Vesey. You don't learn about Nat Turner. You don't learn about these things.
No, sir. No, sir. You're so right.
You don't learn about the root woman and the root man that's using the roots and poison. It's like, you don't learn about that in school. Yes. You learn about people who ran and people who cooperated.
Yep, that's what you learn.
And use white help. That's what you learn about. So when they say, I ain't my ancestors, they're speaking from that context. If we give them the proper context, then they'll say, oh, you ain't gonna mess with me because I'm my ancestor. Because I am my ancestor. So you're not gonna mess with me. I'm Jean-Jacques Dessalines.
Come on.
You ain't gonna mess with me. I'm Fannie Lou Hamer.
Come on, I'm Cecilia Fatima.
Yeah, you ain't gonna mess with me. I'm Nat Turner. I'm Gabriel Prosser. You ain't gonna mess with me.
Come on.
You ain't gonna mess with me. I'm Robert and Mabel. We Robert and Mabel Williams. You ain't gonna mess with us.
Come on. That's right. That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
I say.
Context. Uhuru Academy is out here providing context. I hope y'all got something out of it.
I hope you did too. Before we end it, I do want to say to my brother Born Knowledge, if I've not said it in public, happy belated to you. I am so grateful that the Creator put you into our lives. You're a hardworking brother. You keep us on the right platform, on platforms. You keep us plugged in. You keep the information going, and that's one thing I can say. That's you're playing your part very well, brother. So happy Earth Day to you, Earth Strong to you. I hope that everything goes 10 times as much as you planned it to go. So
your Knowledge Born, you the man. Do Knowledge Radio is the platform. We appreciate all the hard work that you're doing, brother.
Yes.
All right then. Hey, y'all stay up. Y'all stay encouraged.
Yes.
Remember, it's not just about what you burn, it's about what you build.
Come on.
What are you building?
Slow. Oh.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
when we have our own nation, I'm running for president.
Are you going to have to run?
Probably. I'll be like Trump. I'm gonna be king. It's just council elections all together.
I'm it.
Yeah, I'm it.
No one else is gonna.
Garvey named himself the provisional president of the whole continent of Africa. Shoot, what? Born gods, I see it.
Yeah.
We out of here, y'all. This has been there live at 5. When is the next? He said, she said.
Next Friday.
Next Friday, he say, she say. Make sure you tune in. Yes. Go to UhuruAcademy.com. Check out the online summer school. Cash out $ Uhuru Academy. PayPal.me/the Uhuru Academy. PayPal.me/the Uhuru Academy SC. Cash out $Uhuru SC. Support African Centered Education. Support the Uhuru Academy. Yeah.
We might not hear it again anymore.
I don't know.
Okay.
We still. Really?
Oh.
All right.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. So we're gonna get out of here.
Okay.
We're going, y'all. Peace.
Release the Kraken. When you know that your people are God, you do what it takes to defend them. Get at whoever's against them, and don't hesitate to avenge them. When you know that your people are God, you thankful that you in their likeness. Ain't no more worshiping whiteness, and killing your enemies righteous. When you know that your people are God, you do what it takes to defend them. Get at whoever's against them, and don't hesitate to avenge them. When you know that your people are God, you thankful that you in their likeness. Ain't no more worshiping whiteness, and killing your enemies righteous. When you know that your people are God, come on, you know that they only on top us, we let them. When we wake up, we gon' get them and put them back where our ancestors should have left them. Yeah, I said elfo, but y'all won't protect them. If it's between them and God, you select them. Worship they idols, your spirit erect them. They killing our people, why can't you reject them? The Bible's corrupt, the Quran is corrupt. As long as they use them to subjugate us. If the religion not picking us up, then put the book down and don't pick it back up. We gods, the scriptures are huge. We already did everything that they do. Africans wrote everything that they read. Our ancestors bled, but will never be dead. You know that your people are God. When you can survive on my alpha, become educators and doctors. The enemy's mad cause he's not us. You know that your people are God. We're after racism and lynchings. You packing 1,000 inventions. Y'all niggas ain't paying attention. Or you know that your people are God. This is our planet. We was everywhere before anybody else was anywhere. We're the makers, the owners. Mankind is made in our image.
You know that your people are God. When after the savages take us, kidnap and murder and rape us, enslave us and still cannot break us. You know that your people are God. Whenever I step to my altar, the ancestors take what I offer and watch all my enemies falter. You know that your people are God. When after the savages take us, kidnap and murder and rape us, enslave us and still cannot break us. You know that your people are God. Whenever I step to my altar, the ancestors take what I offer and watch all my enemies falter. You know that your people are God. Who on this planet can stop a black woman? Chase my seeds, you better take heed. When we wake up, all my enemies bleed. I'm a new African, whitey can't stop, Bucky can't steal, and Heather can't block. Let's make it clear like a shot of Ciroc. I'ma get free white, y'all wait on Barack. We gods, women don't vote. We gods when they got us chained up on the boat. We gods in the pen, we gods in the bricks. There's nothing wrong with us that we cannot fix. Don't know your power, you can't see the light. This is your hour, you ready to fight? A mother, a sister, a warrior, wife. I know I'm a god, with that on my life. You know that your people are gods. When they infect you with the virus, you still having babies despite this. Can't keep it, the whole woman's lifeless. You know that your people are gods. When they infect you with the virus, you still having babies despite this. Can't keep it, the whole woman's lifeless. You know that your people are gods.